Good morning, third graders. Today is April 23rd, 2020, and it is Thursday. And today is the last day of our fairy tales, folk tales, and other tales unit. Today, we are going to explore fables. Yes, that's right, fables. Gus is here with me this morning to start the day off. And thanks, Gus. Today, I want to tell you all about fables. Did you know that fables began in ancient Greece? Aesop, who was a Greek slave, is credited with beginning fables. Now, fables are short stories that have what's called a moral or a lesson at the end of the story. Fables usually have animals, hear that, Gus, as their main characters. Now, these animals end up having human characteristics, and they also have inanimate objects as characters as well, like rocks and lakes and trees. Fables have a problem and a solution, and fables are meant to teach us how to live. There is a lesson for us. Now, you've probably heard of fables before. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you a very famous fable entitled The Tortoise and the Hare. Now, we're going to take a look at this fable, and then after we read the fable, we're going to talk a little bit about the moral that's attached to this fable. Today in Google Classroom, I've also posted a chart for you to complete. And what I have for you today are 3 fables for you to view in Google Classroom. They're read-alouds. I also added a few extras just in case you would like to read some on your own. They're posted as well. And what I'd like you to do is you're going to pick a fable of the 3 that I've posted for you, and you are going to write what is the moral of that story, and they will actually tell you at the end of the read aloud what the moral or lesson is that the character learns. Then what I'd like you to do is think about, what does that lesson mean? What do I think that moral is meant to teach me? I have done an example for you, and we're going to talk about that as soon as I read to you today. So, without further ado, I am going to read to you The Hare and the Tortoise. And here it is. Now remember, I told you that fables are very short and quick. A hare and a tortoise were having an argument. The hare, who could run very fast, thought he was much more clever than the tortoise, who could only move slowly and had to carry his house around on his back. Now here's the hare, and here's the tortoise. But the tortoise did not agree. To the hare's surprise, the tortoise challenged him to a race. "We will run from here, over the hill, through the hedge, then along the carrot field to the old cart," he said. The hare laughed. "I am sure to win, but we will race if you like." News of the race spread quickly, and the birds and animals gathered to watch. That's quite a crowd, isn't it? The rooster offered to start the race. The spectators stood back, and the rooster swelled up, ready to give the signal. In a flash, the hare was off, flying over the grass, and the tortoise had hardly moved. So there's the tortoise, and there's the hare. He's off to a great start. He certainly does have the long legs for the race. In a few moments, the hare had run over the hill and reached the hedge. He looked behind, but the tortoise was not in sight. The hare stopped to nibble some tasty leaves. Seems to be taking a break. The tortoise plodded on and came to the hill. It was hard work for him to climb it, and the birds called encouragement to help him on his way. Like, you can do it, you can do it. Keep going, don't give up. The hare had finished eating the leaves in the hedge and dashed off again at full speed to the carrot field. He was very fond of carrots and could not resist stopping to eat some. He ate and ate and ate until he was so full he had to lie down and sleep for a while. The tortoise had only just reached the hedge. He was already tired, but kept walking slowly on. The tortoise seems very determined, doesn't he, boys and girls? At last, he reached the carrot field, but the hare was too fast asleep to even notice him passing by. Suddenly, the hare woke up. He stared in astonishment towards the old cart, the winning post. The tortoise was almost there. Oh no. The hare ran as fast as he could, but it was no use. The tortoise had won the race. And the moral of this story is slow and steady win the race. For all of the animals gathered round the tortoise while he told how in his slow and steady way he had won the race from the quick and careless hare. So boys and girls, again, the moral or lesson in the story is that slow and steady win the race. You see, the hare had a lot of natural talent. He had long back legs that could help him move very quickly. But he chose to be arrogant and think that he was better than the tortoise, who actually worked very, very hard and never gave up. The tortoise persevered and was very determined to win despite his very short legs. But the hare took many breaks and really laid back and allowed the tortoise to win. So when you look in Google Classroom today, you're going to notice in my post, I put the lesson or moral that slow and steady wins the race. And then I put what I felt that lesson or moral meant. And actually, I gave two different meanings because depending on how you look at these fables, you may find that there's more than one way to look at what the lesson might be for you or for me. I hope you enjoy looking at the fables that I've included today, and I hope that you have enjoyed our fairy tales, folk tales, and other tales. Have a wonderful day, boys and girls, and happy reading. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to read independently today for 30 minutes. See you later.